course, Dr. Goswami, you were able to go to RG Car later after you found out what was happening. What was the situation when you reached, Dr. Goswami?
Actually, what happened yesterday, there's a unprecedented assembly of all the women and the people. The entire city was occupied. All the streets were occupied by people, lakhs of peoples, and particularly in the road in front of Ajikar Medical College was totally occupied by peaceful protesters. They were carrying candle lights, they were carrying posters, they were singing, they were sloganing for justice. That's it. But amidst this, there was a tussle between the police and a section of the protesters. The barricade got broken. Okay. Meanwhile, a 30 to 40 numbers of miscreants, as a mob of 30 to 40, not more than that. They entered fearlessly, and the police suddenly disappeared. When they just entered, police suddenly disappeared as it was pre-planned and in an orchestrated way. They just came with the sticks with their hands, and the police disappeared. They entered into the maternity wards and asked the nurses to help them hide in the toilets. And the hospital security forces, they also remove their uniforms so that they can't be recognized, and they just make way to anywhere to hide anywhere. And all of the doctors, ex-students of the hospitals, medical college, and others, they came. They just went to hide either in the trauma care building, or in the main boys hostel, or in some other places like ladies hostel also. So videos are coming that people are climbing as Polomi and Pathiba was saying, that people are climbing the pipelines just behind the ladies hostel. So they were getting scared and asking for help, sending messages. They were not even been able to take calls or get calls. People are around. And the police allowed them to vandalize our emergency building, and actually they came to vandalize the crime scene. But the heads who's actually behind the curtain, the leaders behind the curtain who sent them to vandalize the crime scene, they told them to go to third floor. But in Bengali, third floor means teen tala, that's the second floor. So by mistake, they go into the second floor and vandalized another floor word.
You're saying something very important, Dr. Goswami.
Yes, yes, yes.
Today, the Kolkata police fought with me on social media, and they threatened legal action against me because I said the emergency ward was destroyed, and you're all confirming that it's destroyed. And they were very emphatic that the crime scene was not destroyed, which is
No,
true.
not
The crime,
destroyed. They are correct, not
yeah,
destroyed, because they could
that
not
is
reach.
true.
By
But
mistake, they could not reach.
you are saying that they came to vandalize the crime scene. You are saying that.
Exactly, exactly, exactly,
Why,
Barkha.
why, why, why
That's the
do
point.
you, why do you think that? Why do you think that?
They came. We discovered three motives for them. One motive, the first and foremost motive, was to tamper the evidence, to destroy the crime scene. And their second motive was to terrorize the peaceful protesters, the doctors, junior doctors, and other peaceful protesters of the city. And their third motive was to create such an ambience so that police can impose a 144 section or something like that, so that protesters from outside cannot assemble near the Arjiko Medical College, or say any other medical college. So that was the motive. It is evident that it is a well orchestrated, well planned, and it appears that police knew it very well, that they are coming. So we had to disappear. We have to hide out, like that only. It appeared like that, and that they
No,
were only 30 to 40 in numbers. The mob who conducted all this vandalism. You were seeing the video is playing, and they were just fearless. They were fearless. They were breaking the CCTVs, and they were also targeting, asking for the CCTV storage room, the server room, They were also trying to destroy that only. And at the end, in one of the videos, it is son that हो गया चल चल अभी हमारा काम हो गया ऐसा भी सुना जा रहा है. So they are saying like this that हो गया चल
Hmm.
चल. So they came for a particular task. They had been sent to accomplish a particular task. They have accomplished it, and then just they went out. And then the police came. The police commissioner came, and just a drama, poor drama. There was the police was throwing tear gases and
Who do you believe
targeting
sent?
the peaceful protesters instead of these hooligans. Police
You're
were
saying the
firing
police
tear
police
gases
was
towards the peaceful protester on the other side of the streets when they let the hooligans go away. This is a
hmm.
sorry state of affairs going on in Kolkata.
Now the police chief at the site, he was very angry and he said that
Yes.
there had been a malicious media campaign and all this trouble was because people like us in the media, we were lying. He was very angry. He was defending his police force. You are suggesting, okay, the girls, the women doctors are saying maybe the police just failed. We don't know what their intent was, but they didn't save our lives. You are attributing malintent to them. Why are you doing that? And are you saying this since you are with the Government Doctors Association? Are you saying this apolitically? Who do you believe sent the mob? Who do you believe sent the mob, Dr. Goswami?
See, you have to judge who stands to gain. Who stands to gain? It's only the ruling political dispensation is going to gain from this entire incidents. The peaceful protesters,
Why? Why do
all
you
over.
say? Why do you say that? Why would they gain?
Sir, yeah, Barkha, we have from the very beginning, from the very first day, we are alleging that the yes, administration is covering it up, somebody. They're trying to hide something because the first thing, the college authority called the parents of the victim and asked them to come immediately to the college as because their daughter has committed suicide. And when their parents went to the hospital, they kept them waiting over there for more than 3 hours before they could see the dead body of their
Yeah.
daughter. And then they tried to distract it as label the victim as a psychotic. They have formed, instead of filing a case of rape and murder, the college authority and the local police personnel, they formed an inquiry committee who comprising of the head of the departments of psychiatry, so that it can be easier to label the victim as a psychotic. And then ultimately, when the doctors, junior doctors like Pratibha and others, Polomi and others also, junior doctors, senior doctors, all were started agitating vehemently in demand of a postmortem exam, videograph postmortem exam. Then only they were compelled to conduct a postmortem exam, that too in the same hospital where the incidents took place. Why not in another hospital? We demanded it to conduct the postmortem autopsy exam in another hospital in a neutral place. But they conducted it in the same hospital. And anyway, the videograph postmortem was conducted. And after that, the police almost took the dead body with and the parents to the cremation ground directly in absence. And cremation was done in absence of the victim's colleagues, her friends, her relatives.
Yeah,
There
they have
are only innumerable
sorry,
numbers of police were there.
the Trinamool Congress says that it was the family's decision to cremate the body when it was cremated. We have not spoken to the family
No,
directly,
but
so we are not.
I personally
Yeah,
had spoken to them. We from the doctors organization, 7 doctors organization, we went to their to meet them and had a talk for more than 1.5 hours and last Sunday evening. So they told us what happened, what is what, and they even reported us that the victim's mother was offered a lump sum money by a police personnel,
you are saying, hang on, you are
senior
saying
police officer having
the
2 stars on her shoulder.
Dr. Goswami, you are saying the
Yes,
family told you that they were offered money to hush up the case?
yes, that's the victim's mother reported us. complained to us that one senior police officer having 2 stars on his uniform has offered me a lump sum amount for settlement. And his father was there. His father told the police officer that as you have earned a long way to earn these 2 stars in your uniform. My daughter has also gone a long way to be a doctor, to get to a MD exam. And why are you insulting my dead daughter? They just
Yeah.
refused.
Now, of course, the most dubious role, and I have said this, has been played by the former principal of the RG Kar College, Sandeep Ghosh, who blamed
Right,
the
you are right.
victim. He blamed the victim, then he tried to represent it was a suicide, then he tried to tamper with evidence. There was strange renovations going on 20 meters from the scene of the crime. Then, instead of being sacked, he was actually given a plum posting. But I want to come back to Pratibha and Polomi. Pratibha and Polomi, what is your what is your state of mind right now? And I ask you this because a number of doctors have been saying that this was a gang rape. They believe that the autopsy points to more than one person, whether it is the nature of the pelvic injuries, the pelvic fractures, or the semen samples. And senior doctors have been saying this. In that case, there could be, we just lost them. So, Dr. Goswami, as they correct, let me put the same question to you. There could be more than one perpetrator out there, and that perpetrator could be within RG Kar College. Can you hear me? Dr. Goswami, can you hear me?
Yes, please. See,
Yeah,
the
go ahead. Yeah,
victim's parents, Barkha, the victim's parents showed me actually showed us the entire delegation, the original post-mortem document, and which I am having. His father has shared it with me, the
yes.
original post-mortem report. In the post-mortem report, it is evident that the girl has been brutalized. Multiple injuries have been inflicted on her from her head to toe. Her face was almost deshaped. Blood was oozing out of her eyes, both the eyes, suffusely congested. From blood from noses, blood was oozing out from her mouth, and her both the cheeks, both the lips were abased, severely abased and bruised below the jaw, over the neck, and everywhere, private part, including private parts, knees, ankles, fingers, nails, everywhere. On dissecting her body, hemorrhage was there. Blood deposition was there just below the skull in several places, in
Yeah.
both the sides, the parietal places, the temporal sides, on the frontal sides, everywhere. And moreover, they collected different specimens, the forensic experts, like lip swabs, nipple swabs, vaginal swabs, anal swabs, and they also collected white, thick, viscid fluid from deep inside her vagina, which weighing 151 grams. 151 grams. And even if it is mixed with some other body fluid like the discharge, vaginal discharge, or maybe mucus or some other tissues, but this much amount of semen, it appears to be semen. It is to be proved in the forensic lab only. But this white, thick, viscid fluid appears to be semen. As penetration was there, it is clearly written hymen was ruptured in 10 o'clock position, and penetration was there. So it must be semen, nothing other than semen. So
So
this
what
much
does that
amount of
tell us?
semen, it
Yes.
cannot come out from a single rapist. There is every possibility of involvement of multiple rapists, which the police is denying from the day one. And the police, moreover, the police is trying to prove that the prime suspect, that was held Sanjay Rai, actually he is a psychopath, and he first killed the girl victim and then raped the dead body. But the actual autopsy report says the other way around. Just the reverse is the case. The autopsy report says that all these injuries were inflicted ante-mortem. That is, the girl was raped first and then brutally murdered by strangulation
Yeah.
and smother. So the police's claim is misguiding. And I don't know how can police commissioner is defending his post. But the court of law, High Court, you have we all have seen the online hearing also. The High Court is not at all satisfied with the Calcutta Police's probe, and that's why they
Right.
all handed it over to the CBI.